Hello world, how's it going? It's James, back with another update. So now this is 14 weeks post-operation, so I'm well into the first week of my third month after the procedure, and this is what it's looking like so far. I am ridiculously chuffed with it. I don't think I could ask for any better result as it stands at the moment. Every week I'm seeing my hair thickening up. I'm going out without my hat on now. I had my first night out in bars like on Friday, and I'm not really getting any kind of stares or comments. I think now it just kind of really looks like it just looks like a normal hairline, but with a bit of thinness on the front. So I'm just super chuffed with it, and I just can't really think of anything else to say other than I'm really happy. We'll go ahead and we'll give you a close up. I am inside. The weather's not so good here today, so I am inside. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's not the best, but hopefully you can see the front with this light that I've got attached on the camera. So as you can see, still quite thin on the front, but with each week this is really thickening up. You can see that there's like still little patches that need to come through, but again, it doesn't really concern me the most. With the way that the rest of the hair's thickened up, I just need to be patient. Given that we've had 14 weeks of patience, I think a week or two more, maybe even a couple of months more, isn't too much to ask for the hair to begin to thicken up properly, so I'll deal with that. We can look at the donor site, but I really don't think it's necessary anymore. I think it's pretty much healed in its entirety on the back, and it really doesn't bother me whatever is left there. One of the things I do want to speak about today, though, is with regards to those zits that you get, and something pretty stupid that I did. So let this be a lesson to anybody who has those zits and gets impatient. So I had a really big one up here somewhere, and it was quite painful, but it was big. It was really big. And thinking that I was all in the green, I just like pushed as hard as I could, and the thing popped, and it popped like so viciously that when I actually like got rid of the gunk off my head, I could see that there were two tiny hairs leading down to like a little black bit, which I'm guessing was a follicle that they'd implanted. So I think the pressure of the spot popping actually forced one of the follicles back out of my head, and I'm really gutted. You know, I've really tried my level best to be careful and to be gentle and delicate with the site, and also just to let those spots rupture on their own accord, and they normally did when I was in the shower, but for some reason I just decided to try and squeeze this one, and in doing so I've actually managed to remove one of those follicles from my head. So let this be a lesson to everyone to not do that. Don't waste your follicles. You've paid good money for them. And I am really gutted, you know. I mean, fair enough, like the results are coming through now and it's great, but I could have been one follicle thicker on the top of my head, and now I just have to accept the consequences of my stupid actions. So yeah, just let it be a lesson to you guys. So if we crack on with question time now, because there are a couple of questions this week. First question is from Sam Adam, and he's asked, am I on finasteride? Yes, I am on finasteride, and I have been coming up to about 12 months now. So I was on finasteride a fair bit before actually going through with the procedure. These kind of medications do take time to build up in your system, and being as though that is a DHT blocker, and it stops that DHT from collecting on your scalp, which is one of the reasons why your follicles begin to weaken, the hairs begin to weaken, and eventually slowly stop putting out hair because of that buildup of DHT. So I wanted to be in a good position where I was on finasteride for quite a while, just to ensure that the results that I got from the procedure would be able to take full effect So yes, I am on finasteride and have been for about 12 months. Arsenal Forever has also asked a question. He's commented that it looked like I had more native hair on the top of my head before my transplant, and has asked, is this due to shock loss? Now, although I'm singing my praises and saying, you know, I'm at the end of my transplant journey at the moment, I'm actually far from it. You know, I'm only in the 3rd month, and they say it can take 6 to 12 months for the full results to come through. Along with that comes the full thickness that you're going to achieve from that transplant as well. And so, although I have hair growing through here, it's still very thin at the moment, and yeah, it's going to make it look thinner because I did still have hair in the middle here, and this hair will still continue to grow back, but because there's been such a major surgery going on the front of my head, the native follicles can also go through shock loss as well. And so as soon as you lose a hair, it begins to go into the next phase of the hair growth cycle, which is a dormancy phase. And the dormancy phase can last up to 3 months. So that might be one of the reasons why you see that I've got a thinner head of hair on the top here at the moment than prior to the surgery. It's not because they've taken follicles out, it's not because of anything else, it's really just down to the fact that shock loss can cause your hair to go into a dormant phase for a while. So I have full confidence that the hair is going to come back and thicken up in the next 6 to 12 months. But you just have to have patience, and I've got a lot of it at the moment, so I think I'll be okay. But thanks for your comment. And the Chief has asked a question as well, and he said, was there anything looking back at the time of the procedure or post-recovery that surprised you or you weren't prepared for? That's a good question, mate. You know, the fact that I'm 3 months post-operation and I got kind of squeeze happy with the spot, and then all of a sudden a follicles come out as a consequence of me squeezing the spot. I really didn't expect that to happen at all. I thought they were bedded in my head by now. So that came as a real surprise to me. I think looking back on the procedure, it was a real shock to me just to see how professional elite hair transplant were. I had my concerns about going to Turkey to go and get a procedure done, and in all honesty I feel quite bad now for ever having any doubt in them as well. So that was really surprising to me during the surgery, that during the whole experience with Elite as well, just how easy they made it, just how professional they were. And also now I'm getting to the point where I can give that full review of Elite hair transplant. So once my full results come through, I am going to do another review where I can, you know, display my results and not only give credit to them for their care and their attention to me, but also for the result that they're going to give to me as well. So I think that was another surprise, a pleasant surprise, albeit, rather than the horrible spot surprise that I've had the other day. And that's all for questions this week. So as always, if anybody has any questions, then feel free to leave a comment below. I'll look to answer them during the next video or come back to you. I always try and get back in touch with everybody because I do really appreciate your support. I can also see that the subscribers are going up now as well. So I think we're over 60 subscribers now. So thank you so much. I'd really like to push this subscriber number as high as possible within this next 12 months. So if you are following this content, you do find it interesting, then do hit the subscribe button. It would really make a difference for me. That's everything for this week, folks. So thank you for tuning in. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.